good afternoon, and thank you for coming to this media post. As Ryan said, on Monday we're going to have like a big announcement with the pools, the venues, the dates, etc., the participating teams. Just to give you a bit of background about the tournament, this tournament, the IRB Age Grade tournament was organized the last time in South Africa in 2004. It was in Durban, it was under 19. And since then it hasn't come back, so we are back 8 years after. And since then this tournament has grown from strength to strength, and now it became really a very, very important event. It's a second 15-a-side tournament for the IRB in terms of investment and for our union. And it's a tournament that now has a very compact format with 12 teams, with the 12 best teams in the world. This tournament has a very high standard. Basically for the teams, the standard is very similar to a Rugby World Cup standard, because the players are future or current international players. The team management is very often the same as for the senior team. So the standard and the demands are really important for the teams. In terms of exposure, it's a tournament that is broadcasted in more than 130 countries in the world. So huge exposure and growing every year. So that's a rather big tournament for us, for the IRB, and for South African rugby too. And the other thing is that we have more than 100 players who have played in the Junior World Championship since 2008, who have then played for the senior team. So more than 100 graduates who now play with the senior team. So that's really a pathway for the players, and that's the last step for players to actually go to the higher level. And we have already many players who are professional, who play with professional teams in England, South Africa, France, etc. So that's a very good standard in terms of rugby. It's a very high standard. And it's a very exciting tournament because also the teams play a more open rugby. It's dynamic, and it's great rugby. So this year it was in Italy, and we had a wonderful final between New Zealand and Italy and England. And we hope that next year we're going to have the same standard. So if you have any question, go ahead.
Why did you bring it here? I mean, who are the other sort of rivals?
We ran a tender process in 2008 for the Junior World Championship from 2009 to 2013, and we had more than 8 unions who expressed an interest. We had France, we had Argentina, we had, all major unions, and South Africa had a very good beat. Taking the tournament to Cape Town was really appealing for us, rugby land. And also South Africa is one of the major unions in the world, world champion in 2007, very strong age grade teams. So we had to come back to South Africa definitely.
What do you look for now as a team?
What we want, our objective. When we had the first meeting, what we did is a strategic brainstorming where we said, what do we want? So the IRB, we know what we want, and we wanted to know what Sauri wanted. And actually we want the same. What we want is very high level facilities for the teams. That's our first clients are the teams, so we want top-notch training facilities, top-notch gym, hotel, etc. But what we want is, we want full stadiums. And that was a very important factor when we decided, when we picked the venues. We said, we don't want a 50,000-seater stadium because we won't fill it. We want to have a full stadium for the final, and we want to have from 60% to 70% of the seats occupied for the matches, and that's very important. We want to give a good experience to the people coming to this tournament and for the players. We want people to enjoy it, so that's what we expect. A very good crowd.